welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a highlighting and contouring video. I do contour and highlight in every single one of my videos, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how I like to cream, highlight, and contour. I was so excited because Ofra Cosmetics actually sent me their cream, highlight, and contour like foundation palette. I never use cream products to highlight and contour, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to experiment and play around. In this video, this will be the first time that I am trying this specific product out. I have used cream contours and highlights before, but not in a palette and not from like one company. I thought that this video would be the perfect way for me to sort of step out of my comfort zone and show you guys something that I normally wouldn't do on myself. Really wanted this video to be very informative for you guys, and I wanted you guys to see all the steps that I personally would take if I were to do this, you know, for any occasion. One disclaimer, this video is not sponsored at all. Ofra just sent me over a contour palette and they were like, hey, I think you will like this. And so I was like, sure, why not? This is actually one of my very first Ofra Cosmetics like products, and I'm really excited. Also sent me over their new Rodeo Drive highlighter, and girl, yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's go ahead and jump right in. And this is pretty much what it looks like. We're going to be using a few colors out of here. This is the Ofra Contouring Highlighting Cream Foundation Palette, so you could probably mix some of these colors together as well and create like your own foundation shade. I'm just going to be going over some things that I do when I cream, contour, and highlight. I actually have never used this specific cream contouring palette, but I have been using cream contours a lot lately, and I have been absolutely loving it. So when I cream, contour, and highlight and all that, I know that I'm going to be putting quite a bit of products on my face, so I like to make sure that my face is really nice and smooth. I just like to make sure that I have a really nice base on my skin. So the first thing that I like to do is moisturize. I'm going to be using the Nivea Soft Moisturizing Cream. I only take a little bit of this because the stuff is kind of on the heavier side. I just take it and I rub it all in. And the next thing that I'm going to do is prime my face, and I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. This is just one of their little sample ones. I like to prime my face. I love moisturizing primers. I think they're amazing. I just think that sometimes when I put makeup on, my face tends to get a little bit drier. The next thing that I'm going to do is apply my foundation. With the foundation, you want to make sure that you're not applying a large layer of the foundation. I would suggest you use a bit of a lighter foundation and not one that's super heavy, because you're going to be applying a lot more product on top of that, and you don't want everything to look cakey in the end. The foundation that I chose is just my L'Oreal Pro Glow. I can sheer this product out really well as build it up if I wanted a little bit more coverage. The foundation brush that I'm going to be using is my Morphe E31. This is just a very big flat top kabuki. I also really love using my beauty blender to sheer it out, so I'll be using this as well. So I'm going to take this and give my brush a couple of dots, and then I'm going to dot this onto my face, and we are going to stipple this on as well as buff it in. I just like to take my beauty blender and I just like to run over that. So I'm going to apply a little bit of concealer. I just like to make sure I cover up underneath my eyes. The concealer that I'm going to be using is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. It's your choice if you want to add concealer or not add concealer. So normally I would take two different concealers and mix them together to give myself a really nice under eye highlight and on my face. This is not a very full coverage concealer, which I absolutely love, and it works great for this type of thing. I'm just going to apply this pretty much right underneath my eye. It doesn't really highlight too much, which is okay with me because we're going to be applying a lot of highlight. And you can see it didn't really highlight my face, it just really concealed and added a little bit more coverage underneath our eyes. Alright, so now that we have our base on, we can go in and start. I'm going to go ahead and take the banana shade, which is this one right here. I'm going to dip this Ofra Cosmetics, it's just like a concealer brush. I'm going to dip my brush into that, and I'm going to see what picks up. I'm going to apply this right underneath my eyes, just like I normally would if I was applying concealer. And I'm going to take this all the way back. So I'm just going to drag this right up. And making a triangle is really going to make sure that this doesn't look crazy. If you just put it in a little spot right here, it's going to look insane. So I really like to emphasize that this is a triangle. I'm also going to take this right down my nose. I'm going to take this on my forehead. I'm also going to take this down my Cupid's bow. I'm going to go into this shade right here. They don't have any like names or anything, it's just the middle shade. We are going to contour with this. I hope this works out. I'm going to try to get my hair out of my face. I'm going to place this around my head, around my forehead. Now I'm going to contour my cheekbones. I like to start from about right here. I have a pretty natural contour. So I just kind of really like to follow that, and I just like to go straight down. And once again, you can apply as much or as little product as you want. It's totally up to you. And then I'm going to contour my lip. Contouring underneath your bottom lip sort of makes it look a little bit fuller. And then of course you can go in and contour your nose. And I just like to follow the natural curvature of my nose. I don't really do too much with it because I don't really contour my nose a lot. So to start blending these products out, you can either use a beauty blender or beauty sponge. You can use a dual fiber brush, which I really love for cream products. I'm going to be taking the tip of my beauty blender and we're going to be blending out my highlight. And then I'm going to start to blend out my forehead as much as I can until we hit that contour color. So I decided that I want to just use my beauty blender for the cream contour. So I'm going to take the flat side of my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out up into the hairline. You don't want to blend it forward, you want to make sure you're blending it back into your hairline. This one you can blend it. I like to use the side of my beauty blender and I like to make sure that I'm blending upward. I am so impressed with this right now. Killing it. After I cream contour or anything like that, I like to bake my face. And I like to take my Kat Von D translucent powder with my beauty blender and dip into that. Place this right underneath my eyes. I like to let that sit for a little bit. I typically let it sit about 5 minutes because I get really impatient with it. So yeah. Alright, so after I let that sit, I like to go in with this small e.l.f. blush brush and I just like to dust away that powder just to see what we are left with. And when I'm dusting this off, I really like to make sure that I'm going over every area of my face to set it. Next, what I like to do is sometimes I do this and sometimes I don't. I will take my Anastasia contour kit, my powder one, and I will actually go in and set every area besides like the translucent powder. I will kind of highlight a little bit more. So I'll take this banana shade right here and I'll dip my brush into that. And I like to just kind of highlight a little bit more and really emphasize my under eyes. This really kind of smooths out your face as well. I'll go in with the Duo Fiber brush and I will take this middle shade right here, which is Fawn, and this is more of that cool tone shade, and I will take this and I will run over that contour. Not only does this set that cream color, but it also really emphasizes the cheekbones. So one of my favorite parts about putting makeup on is bronzing my face up and making it go from very flat to kind of just popping. And lately my favorite bronzer has actually been a contour color from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Bad Habit. Yes, I know it doesn't look like it would be a nice bronzing color, but I've really been loving it. My Sigma Soft Angled Contour brush, and I'm going to dip into that. This stuff is super pigmented, by the way. Bronze up my face. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely loved the way that this came out. I think it looks amazing. I think it blended out so beautifully. It's so creamy and the colors are perfect, and I can't wait to use it more. I actually might buy an extra one just to put it into my personal kit. It's a great quality and I'm just obsessed with it. So thank you to Ofra for, you know, providing me with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a huge thumbs up if you guys did enjoy it, because any feedback is great feedback for me. You guys should let me know what other kind of like how-to videos you guys would like to see here on my channel. I want to start stepping up and doing some like series and stuff on my channel, and I think you guys always have the greatest ideas, so you guys should definitely help me out with that. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. You guys can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that jazz. I'm always on those. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!